Every time you touch money, you're sending a message, even if you don't say a word. When you hold it, give it, count it, spend it, or receive it, your energy gives a command. You've been told that money is neutral, just a tool, something to be both used and feared. But that's not the full truth. Money is not dead. It's alive with energy. It listens to your feelings and responds to your words. Most people handle money with fear. They hold it with worry, count it while stressed, and spend it with guilt. They say, I can't afford this, then wonder why money disappears. They say, money is hard to come by, and wonder why their wallet stays empty. They speak words of lack while holding the very thing they need more of. But money doesn't respond to hard work alone. It answers to energy, to how you speak to it, to your belief. Every moment you touch money should be treated as special. Every bill, card, or coin you handle is a chance to send a message. It's not just about buying or selling. It's a spiritual act. And your words in that moment either help money grow or push it away. Don't let any money pass through your hands without blessing it, speaking increase over it, or commanding it to return. If you don't speak increase, you're letting decrease happen quietly. Silence isn't neutral. It allows fear and doubt to speak for you. But when you speak truth with confidence, money listens. Not because of magic, but because that's how spiritual law works. Let a new habit begin today. Every time you touch money, say something. Not just any words, speak a powerful sentence. One filled with faith and clarity. Don't speak as someone who hopes, speak as someone who knows. The law doesn't react to begging, it reacts to certainty. Let your hands be tools of blessing. Let your voice be full of confidence. Let your energy match the truth of endless supply. You're not just spending, you're circulating. You're not losing, you're setting a return in motion. You're not fearing lack, you're choosing increase. Say it aloud every time you touch money. Say it with feeling, say it with authority, and then watch how things change. When you speak with alignment, money listens and follows. It becomes your servant, and a servant always obeys a master who knows their power. Money is not bad, it's not evil or unspiritual. That's what the world wants you to think. The big lie is that money belongs only to governments or is earned by struggle and lost by mistakes. But here's the truth: money is God's supply in physical form. It is spiritual substance made visible. It follows those who see it as sacred. There's no fight between money and spirit. The real conflict is between truth and misunderstanding. The same God who gave you breath also provides your needs. When you see money as separate from God, you weaken its power. But when you connect it to truth and goodness, it flows freely. The problem is never the money itself, it's how people think about it. Don't treat money as unimportant. Don't handle it with guilt or shame. Don't say, it's just $1. Don't say, I hate money. If you do, you push it away. What you reject leaves. What you bless grows. What you honor, you attract. What you speak to in truth comes back to you with more. Money reflects your thoughts. If you think there's not enough, it hides. If you feel guilty, it holds back. But if you see money as part of divine supply, it comes in waves. Stop saying, money is hard to get. Say instead, God is my endless supply. Money comes to me fast, with grace, in perfect ways. That's not just a nice thought, it's a law. And when you say it with belief and feeling, it becomes reality. It doesn't matter how much money you have right now. What matters is what you say about it. Money is like water. It flows where it's welcome and dries up where it's cursed. It's attracted to peace and confidence. It avoids resentment and fear. You must be a peaceful channel where money flows easily. Not hoarded, not feared, not worshipped, just blessed. Bless every dollar you receive. Bless every coin you find. Bless every payment you make. And say out loud, this money is sacred. It cannot run out. It flows to me and through me and grows as it moves. Soon you'll notice that money stays longer. It comes faster. It shows up more often. Not because the money changed, but because you did. As you think, so you receive. As you speak, so it is. Let money serve your purpose. Speak to it with love and truth. Whatever you bless grows. This isn't guesswork, it's spiritual law. It doesn't matter what the news says or what your bank account says. When you bless something with full belief, you open the way for more to come. And when it comes to money, this law is exact. The law of increase is part of everything in creation. Seeds grow, loaves and fishes multiplied, investments multiplied in the stories Jesus told. God loves to give in plenty, but that abundance won't enter a heart filled with fear. Most people hold their last bit of money in fear. If I spend this, I'll have nothing left. But I say, bless that money. Love it, speak to it. A single dollar blessed and declared as divine holds the pattern of millions. A woman once had only $2 left. Most would say she was broke, but she held those dollars and said, this is God's money. It cannot run out. I bless it and see it multiply with grace. Within 1 week, she received $6,000 from a source she didn't expect. Her words didn't create the money, they allowed it to appear. It was already there waiting for her to match its energy. Your words are your connection, your command, your invitation. Stop wondering where the money is. Start saying, money is here, money is ready. Money is growing now with grace. Say that not as a wish, but as a truth that's already happening. The loaves and fishes weren't multiplied by hard work, they were multiplied by thanks and faith. Jesus looked up, gave thanks, and shared what he had, and that's when it multiplied. You must do the same. Look at what you have with faith, not fear. Hold it boldly, and say, I bless this money. I bless its source. I bless where it's going. I now see it come back to me in greater amounts, overflowing and full. Don't wait until you have more to say something. Speak now. Speak even when it feels small. Speak when it doesn't look like enough. The one who speaks over the little they have becomes the one who rules over much. If you are afraid of small beginnings, you will miss the greater blessings. But if you see purpose even in one single dollar, you'll tap into the flow of increase. Money isn't just logic, it follows spiritual laws. And those laws respond to your voice. They react to your blessing. They move when you speak. So even if you're holding just $1, say, this money grows because I've spoken truth over it. And it will be so. Not because of control or pressure, but because your words agree with spiritual law. Now here is a sentence, not a magic phrase or wishful thought, but a declaration that lines up your voice with what is already prepared for you. You're not begging, you're not testing, you're speaking with understanding that money listens. Say it out loud whenever you touch money. Divine substance cannot run out. I bless this money and I see it grow by grace in the best ways. Say it when you receive money. Say it when you pay. Say it when you shop, give, transfer, or check your balance. Say it with confidence. Say it slowly. Say it like someone who has authority. Say it like a priest blessing an offering, because that's what you're doing. You're blessing your money and commanding it to grow. The law hears your words. The world shifts around your speech. You don't have to figure out how it will happen. You don't need to know the path. This sentence isn't about logic, it's about energy. When you say it, your energy changes. Your fear fades. You connect to the storehouse that's always full. Let your relationship with money become clean. No more touching it with anxiety. No more guilt when spending. No more shrinking back when giving. No more worry when checking your bank account. You speak and your words shape the result. When money is blessed, it multiplies. That's how the law works, not by your strength but by the power that backs you. You're not the source, you're the speaker. And the speaker who knows this truth walks in abundance. So touch your money, even if it's a coin or a card, and say, divine substance cannot run out. I bless this money and I see it grow by grace in the best ways. Say it until you believe it. Say it until your thoughts agree. Say it until your body feels the truth. Once the law is activated through your words, it cannot return empty. You must know this clearly now. If money keeps leaving you, it's not because money is unkind. It's because your words are pushing it away. Every time you say things like, I can't afford that, or I'm always broke, or this costs too much, you're not just talking, you're creating. The law doesn't check if you're serious. It doesn't care about your mood. It responds to what you say and how you feel when you say it. Your mind hears every word and follows your beliefs. Even if you speak casually, the law treats it seriously. So when your money hears you say, there's never enough, it acts like it. When it hears, I don't deserve it, it turns away. You can't plant negative seeds and expect good fruit. You can't curse your field and expect a harvest. Money is not just paper. It's spiritual energy in physical form, and if you treat it with fear, stress, or sarcasm, it will step back, not to punish, but because it follows principle. What is feared won't stay. What is dishonored won't grow. So ask yourself, what have you been saying over your money? What have you whispered while paying bills? What stories do you tell about your finances? Every sentence is a seed, and every seed produces fruit. Now it's time to change what you speak. It's time to bless what you used to complain about. Say this when you open your wallet, check your balance, or touch receipts. I don't curse my supply, I call it holy. Money comes to me freely, I only speak life over it. This isn't denial. This is spiritual discipline. You're not ignoring reality, you're shaping a new one. And your next reality will reflect your strongest words, so be careful with your speech. Don't let fear-based words come out of your mouth. You are not at the mercy of money. You are its ruler in spirit, and what you lead with your voice will follow in the natural. Every time you pay, every time you give, you're showing what you really believe about your supply. Most people think paying means losing, but really paying is proof you are trusting the source that always provides. You're not losing anything, you're moving spiritual energy. What you release in peace will come back increased. Stop speaking fear when you pay. Don't sigh when the rent is due. Don't groan when the bills come. These reactions are like curses. The law hears them and echoes that fear. You must treat your money like it is sacred, like a priest handling a holy object. When you pay, say in your heart or out loud, I pay this with joy, and it comes back to me multiplied, overflowing. This is not just a nice saying, it's spiritual law. What you give with gratitude returns greater. What you give with fear takes longer. What you give with joy opens the path quickly. Spending isn't a loss, it's movement. Hoarding causes stagnation. You were never meant to hold money in fear. You were meant to bless it and let it flow. Say this when you receive a bill. This is not a burden. It shows I am trusted. I send it out and it comes back 10 times greater. Now, bills aren't your enemy, they're tests of your faith. And when you speak the truth over them, they stop being heavy and become holy. Your rent becomes a blessing, your electricity becomes a gift, your tuition becomes a seed. Bless every payment, bless your giving. Bless what goes out just like you bless what comes in. It's all one flow, and what you handle with joy returns in power. Every blessing begins with what you say. Riches don't start in your account. They start with your words. Most people wait to see money before they speak abundance. But that's not how law works. Law responds to belief before results appear. I've seen it happen. A woman had no money, no offers, nothing. But she spoke day and night. I see checks, I see cash. I see abundance with my name on it. She said it until her heart believed it. And one day those checks arrived. Just like she said. Not because she forced it, but because she spoke the law into motion. Don't wait for proof. Speak, and proof will come. That is the language of delay. Instead say, I will see it because I have spoken it. Your life simply mirrors the strongest words you speak. The Bible says, God calls those things which do not exist as though they did. This is the divine order, not talking about what is already visible, but speaking to what is not yet seen. You don't wait for riches to appear. You create them with words and walk in those words until they show up. Your sentence shapes your life. When you speak about wealth with faith, your inner mind accepts it. Then, your outside world starts to reflect what you've already created inside. So speak it before it arrives. Say it even when your wallet is empty. Say it even when your account is low. Don't say it to convince yourself, but to instruct the law. And once the law is instructed, it begins gathering the parts to fulfill your words. Say this now, I see wealth around me. I live in peace about money every day in every way. My income grows, seen and unseen. Say it again tomorrow. Keep saying it daily until your mind believes it fully and your world can't ignore it. When your soul treats your word as law, it must show up in your life. Don't joke about money. Don't make fun of your own financial state. Don't turn poverty into a joke and then expect riches to come. This isn't fear, it's truth. Your inner mind doesn't understand jokes. It takes every word seriously. It doesn't know when you're playing. It only feels your tone and energy. It treats your laugh as law. It hears your sarcasm as truth. Then it builds your life to match that tone. I remember a woman who used to say, "One day I'll live in a trunk by the road." She said it laughing. Others laughed too. But her subconscious didn't laugh, it took note, it made plans. It started creating that exact life. And soon, that's exactly where she ended up. Not because she lacked skills or chances, but because she spoke her own downfall. There are no words without power. Words either build or destroy. Words either follow faith or follow fear. If you joke about being broke, your mind will remove your money to make it true. If you mock rich people, your inner world won't let you become one. If you laugh at your lack, you keep yourself in lack longer. Don't let your words amuse others while destroying your future. Words are not toys, they are tools. They shape, they build, and they carry power. Use them wisely, speak with care. Speak to build, not break. If you've said wrong things about money, cancel it now. Say this, every careless word I've said about money is now undone, reversed, and replaced with truth. Then start speaking blessings. Replace jokes with truth. Speak only what you're ready to see show up. Say this, I speak increase. I speak favor. I speak provision. Let your words become your wealth. Let your mouth be your savings. Don't lie with your lips. Every word is a seed. What you plant, you will harvest. If you want wealth in your life, you must first see and speak it in your soul. That's how things are made. First the idea, then the words, then the results. Everything starts in your thoughts, gets locked in through speech, and becomes real. This is how divine results are created. It can't be skipped, it can't be rushed. It can't be replaced with logic or hard work alone. You must be the designer of your wealth. You build it first in your spirit, not with bricks but with words, not with stress but with strong belief. See your riches before anyone else does. Speak them before others agree. The law waits for someone to lead, and leadership starts with vision and voice. Your imagination is where it starts. Your words plant the seed. The result is the harvest. If you try to create without seeing and saying, it won't work. But if you match vision with words, the law delivers. Make this your habit. Close your eyes and see your wealth not as a dream but as truth. Picture the bills already paid. Picture money growing. Picture the freedom of giving. Picture the joy of having. Don't worry about how it will happen. That's not your job. Your job is to create the plan. The law will build it. Speak what you see. Say it out loud. Even if life says it's not true, say it anyway. Even if your bank says no, say it anyway. Even if others think you're crazy, say it anyway. Because when your words and vision agree, it must show up. Say this, I see wealth. I feel abundance. I speak supply. What I say now shows up with grace and perfect timing. Then walk like you've already received it. Stop begging. Stop hoping. Start agreeing. Move your body in line with your words. Stand tall. Speak strong. Give with joy. Receive with thanks. This is not fake, it's spiritual order. Your wealth doesn't come by waiting. It comes by building. And building happens quietly with words and in the unseen. Then suddenly it appears. And people will call it luck. But you'll know it's law. Put vision and speech together. Mix pictures with powerful words. What you create inside will soon appear outside. When spirit hears both what you see and say, it responds. There is a powerful moment that most forget. The seconds before sleep and the moments right after waking. These are the open doors to your subconscious. In these moments, your mind is ready to receive and believe. What you say here will go deep and grow. So bless your money at night and bless it again in the morning, not as a habit but as a law. Law works by rhythm. Law listens to patterns. You wouldn't water a plant once and expect it to bloom. So don't speak about wealth once and expect results. Say it daily. Say it when your day starts and ends. Before you sleep, say this: I now draw from the wealth within and see money outside. Every dollar I touch comes back blessed and multiplied. Let this thought go with you into sleep. Let it stay in your deeper mind. Let your dreams be guided by truth, not worry. While you rest, your seed is growing. While you sleep, your mind is rearranging. While you sleep, spirit is lining things up. Then when you wake, don't check your phone or emails first. Speak the truth again. Greet your wealth. Speak with fresh belief. I now draw from the wealth within and see money outside. Every dollar I touch comes back blessed and multiplied. Touch your wallet or purse. Touch your phone if it holds your digital money. Bless them not out of fear but power. Let them become symbols of spiritual control. Let them remind you that everything tied to your finances now responds to your energy. Night and morning, beginning and end, let truth lead in both and your whole day will follow. This is the double blessing. This is the way of those who live in spiritual prosperity. Not once in a while, but every day, with boldness, faith, and rhythm. What you say in secret shows up in the open. What you declare in quiet begins to move. What you bless in the morning finds its way back by night. And so it is. There is one thing more damaging than doubt, more stubborn than fear, more hidden than lack. That thing is guilt. Guilt about wanting money, guilt about having more, guilt about receiving when others don't. This is the silent enemy of abundance. Even when your words are right and the law is spoken, guilt in your heart will block the blessing. You must clear away every false belief that says you're not worthy of wealth, that it's wrong to want more, or selfish to receive. These thoughts are not holy, they are fear wearing the mask of goodness. The truth is, your wealth honors God when received with a clean heart. The law is not offended by your overflow. Spirit is not upset by your success. The universe is not limited by what you receive. There is no shortage in the mind of God. When you receive, you don't take from others, you simply align sooner. You become proof that truth works. I've said this before, and I'll say it again: nothing is too good to be real, too beautiful to happen, or too wonderful to last. Let these words push out the guilt in your soul. Let them cancel the shame passed down through generations. If you feel guilt while receiving, say this: it is right for me to prosper. I use money with love, and it comes to me with peace. And if shame tries to speak again, answer it with truth: I am a child of God. I inherit all that is good. I release guilt and walk in grace. You can't ask for abundance while still feeling guilty. You can't bless your money and then hate yourself for having it. These mixed signals cancel your results. But when you let go of guilt, you let go of limits. When you understand that your wealth helps others, you open bigger doors. Say it now: my wealth is a blessing to all. I release guilt, I walk in truth. I receive with peace and give with joy. Let this be your new belief. Let it settle in your bones. Let it drown out the old voices. You're not here to struggle or play small. You're here to show what happens when guilt is gone and law takes over. From this place, abundance flows freely. The law doesn't fail. It isn't slow because of distance or delayed by economy. It doesn't care how long you've waited or how often you've cried. It listens to truth spoken with faith and held in silence. When you speak with confidence and don't take it back, the law begins to work. I remember a woman once who had nothing. No job, rent due, fear all around. But she knew the law. She didn't beg. She didn't panic. She closed her eyes, touched her empty wallet, and said aloud, God is my immediate and endless supply. Unexpected channels open to me now. She kept saying it calmly again and again. Then she went about her day. Later, she walked by a bush, felt led to look beneath it, and found an envelope with her name. Inside was just enough to pay her rent and buy food. Some say it was chance. I say it was law in action. This same thing has happened to many. As soon as they stopped begging and started declaring, the law opened new paths. When they quit repeating fear and spoke supply, the unseen became seen. You may say, but I haven't seen that. I ask, did you speak with faith or fear? Did you speak with authority or just hope? The law responds to certainty, not emotion, not noise, just certainty. Speak now. The law never fails. I declare my supply, and it must appear under grace in perfect ways. Let this be your belief every day. Don't wonder how, don't watch the clock, just speak, walk, and trust. Because once truth is spoken in rhythm, the form must come. The law never forgets your word. It never loses your request. It always brings the pattern you speak. So build your pattern with faith and results will come. There's no disorder in spirit, no confusion in God's mind. Only humans confuse what God made whole. If your finances feel messy, delayed, or heavy, it's not because God held back. It's because your vibration didn't match divine order. You've spoken with fear. You've blessed your money, then cursed it. and since law mirrors you, it shows your confusion. But the moment you line up your words, thoughts, and choices, divine order begins in your finances. Order is not about perfect planning or paperwork. It's about being aligned inside. It's peace that shows up outside. And it starts with what you say. Speak this daily: every dollar I have is aligned, assigned, and growing with grace. Let that be your money's foundation, lined up with truth, given a purpose, and increasing with ease. No more spending from fear. No more hiding from bills. No more being ashamed of wealth. You are the ruler of your finances, and rulers don't guess, they command. This is your spiritual instruction. Tithe in faith, not fear. Give with joy, not guilt. Save with wisdom, not worry. Spend with peace, not panic. Let every move you make with money show your trust. Money doesn't rule you. It listens to your words. So use your words with care, use them with rhythm. Say this over every decision: I don't manage money by strength. I govern it by divine order. And what is under law cannot fail. Let your inside world carry the calm that comes from knowing your supply is secure, your seed is blessed, your return is coming even now. When there's peace inside, disorder has to leave outside. You're not becoming wealthy. You are already in alignment with the truth of abundance. Walk in that, act from that, and watch your finances rise to match your word. Now you know. And once you know, you can't go back to old thinking. You can't unlearn the law. You can't unspeak truth. The power has always been with you. Now it's awake. Now it's yours to use. So I urge you, child of God, to walk forward, not in fear but in financial dominion. You're not waiting on money. Money is waiting for you. Waiting for your voice, your steady words, your blessing. You have the keys. The sentence of increase. The habit of holy circulation. The rhythm of morning and evening declaration. These are not just ideas, they are tools. Use them. Touch your money and speak. Pay your bills and bless. See lack and declare plenty. Feel fear and respond with rhythm. Don't let a single money moment pass without awareness. Don't let a coin move through your hands without praise. And now your final word. Say this boldly: money now comes to me from expected and unexpected sources. I live in plenty. I speak in plenty. My supply is steady. My word is law, and my wealth is appearing now. Again, my supply is steady. My word is law. My wealth is appearing now. Say it until your body knows it. Until your mind surrenders. Until your world reflects it. You are not below money. You're not afraid of it. You now handle it with care, with power, and with joy. Speak this every time you touch money. Because spirit is listening, law is working, and your word, once spoken in faith, will never return empty. And so it is.